Hey y'all, it's J7D with Talk to Me, J7D, and today I'm here with
Meech or Demetrius, whatever you want to call me.
So I do this thing called Girl Talk when it's me and my cousin and we bring topics to the table and we're very honest and transparent. So if this is kind of a spinoff of Girl Talk, I want the male's perspective. I think I'll be doing people a disservice if I only came to the table with a woman's perspective when I have men around me who are open and honest and transparent as well. So I chose you because I'm like, Meech is going to bring something to the table that people need to hear. Even though they're not ready, some people may not be ready, but people need to hear it. So that's why I chose you for the first one. But I wanted to know, where are you spiritually? I want to talk about your spirituality because I follow you. And I see your posts and you're always posting something that's confirming me going higher. Like, I used to be super duper Christian, you know this. I used to sing mad gospel songs, and then one day, my dad is like you. So imagine me with a dad like you, and I'm out here singing gospel, and he's like, Jazz, I'm not saying what you're doing is dumb or stupid, I'm just telling you to tap into self. You're going outside of self to look for all these answers when I raised you to be smart enough to go within and ask questions. And the moment that I started asking questions, I started realizing, okay, this is not right. You know, like this is hypocritical, this isn't right. No, like this isn't right. So for you, where are you at with your spirituality and how did you get there?
Well, so like me, like I wasn't really raised in like a so-called religious household. My father was in the Nation of Islam when I was younger. So like I was always raised on like principles of knowledge of self and you know, like as far as like trying to find the answers from the higher power, you don't have to go like to the sky. It's all within. So any like, you know, problems that you have in life or with self, you can go within self. You know what I'm saying? Even like, you know, like I'm not a Christian, but even in the Bible, it's a verse. I forget the exact verse, but it says like you are all gods, you are all sons of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So like everything that we need is already pre-coded within us because we are created with the same, you know, like molecules that make up the universe. So like in reality, we are like manifestations of the creator. So we have everything that we need within us. So we don't have to, you know, go and look for the, you know, look in the skies and this, like it's all inward. You just have to be able to tap in because it's like the more that you can tap in, you find the answers that you can't find when you are trying to like search without. Because when you just trying to search out, you just trying to reach like, oh yeah, I'm trying to find it, but I can't find it. As soon as you sit down and you like, all right, what do I gotta do? You like, damn, what is all I gotta do? Boom. You know what I'm saying?
And
like,
it's been inside you the whole time.
The whole time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like as far as me, like spiritually, you know, like I'm like big on knowledge of self and just like you like you know, like ancestral thought and things like that, things that we already know. We just gotta tap inward. You know what I mean? So that's all it is.
So how is it dating? How is dating for you being spiritual and not religious?
I
So
mean,
we're living in a time where everyone is either super religious or tapping into spirituality.
So like for me, it's it's a little rough because like I'm not compromising. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what I need as a man and how I think, because for one, if I'm pursuing you as a potential life partner. So that's first and foremost. So being as though that the mother is the first teacher of the child, you're not going to pass down slave teachings to my child. That's not going to happen. So it's kind of rough in dating when like a lot of women are like, like even if I come to them with new information that they never heard of it, but then it's like a standoff and things like that. So it's a little rough, you know what I mean? Because like I just can't compromise, because like, I'm not saying that you have to be like Erykah Badu or be like, you know, like all sage and crystally and all of that stuff, you know, like, but you have to have some type of knowledge of self for me to say like, oh yeah, like, all right, I will consider pursuing her, you know what I mean? Because like, you could be tough, like looks good and all that, but as soon as I find out how you think, then it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get turned all the way off.
Yeah.
And then it's like, another angle for me is because a lot of people see what I post and, you know, see, you know, just like how I move. And I attract women that are trying to be like fake spiritual.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
But you're gonna be able to.
And like off the bat,
Yes.
when you really truly tap in, you can sense that shit from a mile away. Like, yo, that shit fraud. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you don't have to come to me talking about, you know, crystals and you know, what is my, like, you know, what time were you born? Where were you born? You know, you don't need to know my natal chart and all that shit. Like, just, you know, vibe, and I can feel your vibe, and we can go from there. Like, I come across a lot of new age spiritual witches as they are, you know, trying to be and all of that stuff, and it's like so it is hard because I like a lot of women that I come across aren't open minded. Then I come across a lot of them that's trying to fraud it, you know what I'm saying? And when you're not authentic, you can feel that shit. You can sense like, yo, you being phony, you know what I'm saying? So
you're not being true to you.
yeah, so it's a little rough, but we gonna get there. We gonna get there.
Good luck, homie.
Right.
It is real out here.
Uh-huh.
Like, everyone is posting. I see what you're talking about personally, and I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Because it's hard for me. Like, it's hard for me. And prior to me even entering into the relationship that I just got out of, it was hard for me. So I think when I got with him, I was just so excited to be with someone who I thought was this way.
Right.
But I think time exposes all.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, who you are. My dad said to me something the other day. He was like, Jasmine, since you were a little girl, people got to experience your energy, and that was just it. Like, you were always you. You were always true to you, no matter what you believed in.
Right.
And that's just it. They could either take it or leave it.
Right.
You were never like, oh, one way in person and then a whole nother way when you're in school, or this way. And I'm like, damn, like, I never even thought of it like that because I'm truly just being true to myself. Right. So I just felt like everybody should be like that, but people aren't.
Yeah, like
it's not like that.
Yeah, like,
out of my bubble
at all. You know what I'm saying? Like people be trying to like put on fronts and all of that stuff, but like how energy and frequency work is, you know, if you're not being authentic, you're not going to attract authentic energy. So when you are trying to be this, but you are really that, you're going to attract what is attracted to this. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of why, like, a lot of people don't find the right person for them, because they trying to be something that they not. So they not attracting what they really need. You know what I mean? Like prime example, if it's a dude that's on social media and he just posting up money all the time, he's going to attract women that just want him for his money and not for him. You know what I'm saying? So when you truly your authentic self, you are going to come across a lot of just like people that aren't supposed to be there. They are just like lessons, but you genuinely attract more of what you need. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of trying to be this and you attracting a bunch of stuff that's not even you, but you trying to be this way, so you attracting shit that is attracted to that. You know what I mean? So that is one of the reasons why a lot of people not happy, because they scared to be their authentic self, because they scared of being judged. And you know, like
judgment is a monster.
Like we are in a society where if you think for yourself and you don't think what everybody else think, everybody, oh, you on that stuff, you know what I'm saying? So people are scared to, like, because it is a lot of people that genuinely think how I think, but they don't want to let people know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't want people to look at them like
they're
crazy.
Because it was like, even when I was in high school, because as I was saying, like, I've been raised like this. So I've always had principles of knowledge of self since I was a kid, and I was always taught that you question everything. So like even when I was in high school, like everybody that pretty much know me from high school, like I was on the basketball team, I was the man, you know what I'm saying? I was the, captain on the team, blah, blah. I was, popular. And like, I didn't want to be my like authentic self because I was too cool for real. You know what I'm saying? So like, even though I thought similar to how I think now, I was stuck in a space where if I start to tell people how I truly think, they gonna be like, man, this nigga weird. So even like when I was in high school and I was too cool, like I was on that shit like where I was afraid to be judged. But it was like when I first went to college, I went to junior college in Jersey, and being as though that no one there knew me, I didn't have to like try to be this. Like I could just genuinely be me. And what I seen was that people still thought I was cool. People were still cool with me, and girls still like me, like just being me for real. So after I was in Newark, New Jersey for 2 years, from 2010 to 2012, before I transferred schools and went to Lincoln. But after that 2 years there, where I got to like just be my authentic self, I didn't have to like put on no like veil and none of that. Then that's just how I've been since. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not about to be out here trying to act like I'm this when I'm like, this is me.
Right. This is
right. And then it's like how it is now. Everybody know like that's me.
Right.
That's how he is. He be on you. So you know what I'm saying? You just truly gotta be authentic, and that'll help you attract what you genuinely need. And what you attracting that you need, sometimes it's not always people. It could be like anything that you need in that like that time frame or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it be like a job, money, whatever. You know what I'm saying? When your energy is authentic, you're gonna vibe on a higher frequency, and you're gonna be able to attract things more easier. You know what I mean? So that's how it is. Just gotta be authentic, man. Y'all here frauding, man.
So what would you say? Like, I know it's so many influencers right now who are not true to self.
Oh yeah,
like, and you can see it. Yeah. Like,
it's a whole lot of them.
Like, what do you say about that? Like, I have so many women that come to me and they want to be like the ones that are the influencers, and I'm like, man, that shit is so fake. Like, please don't do it.
Like again, people like have to really have. They have to have self-love for their self, because like it's nothing wrong with wanting to follow a influencer if you feel like a connection there. But if you put in your soul everything into what they saying, eventually you can potentially get swindled.
Yeah.
And then you're like, dang, I thought her. It is just like how people be in church and then they be like, yo,
flocking to the pastor.
And then they find out that the pastor stealing their money, or he got children with 4 different chicks on the congregation. And now they're like, oh my gosh, how could the pastor do that? And it is because it becomes a form of idolatry where you are idolizing this person and not the word, or not the
message that they're giving you. Right. That's why with me, when people are telling me like, I look up to you, and I'm like, yo, but what I have inside of me, you have inside of you. Right. You just have to tap in.
Right. And then it's like what a lot of people don't get about these influencers is that they regular people. Yeah. They regular people with normal lives and the same problems that everybody else got. Yes. You know what I'm saying? But being as though that he might got 100,000 followers, or she might got 250,000 followers, they see the followers as validation. So now it's like, well, he got 100,000 followers, so he must be doing something right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, in an age where a lot of shit is artificial, like the followers don't really mean nothing.
Right.
It's
especially if you can't pack a show, or pack a building, or your bank account don't look like your father.
Yep.
All of that stuff plays a part.
Because I'm like, I forgot who I heard this quote from, but it was like, never underestimate the power of dumb people in large groups. And what they meant was that it could be 2 people that know the truth, but 100 people knowing lies, but they think it's the truth. And since it's more of them than it is them, that lie now becomes the truth. And we living in a time period where just because somebody has a lot of followers, that they are more validated than him or her, but him or her could really be genuinely speaking the truth and trying to like genuinely help, while everybody is flocking to them.
The ones with all the
like, it's never underestimate the power of dumb people in large groups, because the larger the group, the more power that they have, even if they wrong. If it's 2 people who don't want to fight, but 5 or 6 people that want to fight, they probably can beat them up. You know what I'm saying? So it's power in numbers, regardless if it's the right thought or the wrong thought.
Yikes.
You know what I'm saying? So
interesting.
Yeah, so all of that follower this and influence of that, like it's a few influencers on IG who I can say like, all right, they really, you know, on that shit, but it's way more that I'm like, even with me, like, I don't like to follow a lot of people only because I don't want it to come across like I don't want to block my gateways with it. Like, you're fraudulent, and I don't want to see fraudulent on my story if I'm on here for 5 to 10 minutes or an hour. Like, I don't want to see anything fake. I need to be recharged. I need people that's going to drop some confirmation or some affirmations or something that's going to put something back inside of me. So that is very accurate. I would not follow a false influencer or a false pastor or a false leader. The answers are really inside of you for whatever you're going through. And then it's like when you just blindly follow something, it usually never leads to where you want it or where you think that it will go. You know what I'm saying? Because like so when it comes to like, you know, blind faith, having blind faith is never good, because like, so when you are dealing with facts versus faith, you are dealing with two totally different things. So it's like how can I put it? So you don't have to say I believe when you're dealing with a fact. Like, it's like, I don't have to say I believe that you have on a tan shirt because it is tan. I don't have to say I believe that a tiger has stripes because it has stripes. You only say I believe when you're speaking on something that you can't prove. And that is when the faith comes in. So now that you can't prove it to be real, you can't prove that it exists, now you have to have the faith that'll keep you going. And sometimes that'll lead you in the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying? Because you haven't blind faith to something that you can't prove. So like that's how a lot of people get like screwed over by these influencers and these pastors and these bishops and these you know, whoever, because they putting so much blind faith into this group or into this person that they just going and they going, and then once they see that they done went off the wrong way, they already off the deep end. And then it's like, damn, like I done put all my time into this, and then at that point you so far in, it's hard to just stop. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's hard to like get a older person to change their views than it is a younger person, because they you know, they have been in that same form of thought for so long that even when you show them like, hey, like this could be a book that's saying, yo, this is a lie, but they've been in that lie so long that they like,
And their favorite excuses, well, it worked for my mother.
Mm-hmm.
It worked for my father.
Yeah.
It worked for my great grandmother. And it's like, damn, but don't you want to break that cycle? Don't you want to go further?
And then it's like, in reality, it didn't work. It didn't work for none of them.
It didn't.
That is why it's still been passed down, and it's still giving y'all the same results. It didn't work. Like, that is how it is. Like when I hear people talking about like beating children, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, they see it as like a form of
discipline,
right? You know what I mean? So their excuses like usually like, well, I got my ass beat from my mother, and
look at me,
and you know, look, I turned out fine, but in reality, you didn't turn out fine because now you're beating the hell out of your kid. Right. So you didn't turn out fine because you passing that same trauma down to your kid.
Right. And you don't even know that you're in the damn cycle.
Right. Yikes. So that whole like how they try to like say, you know, well, it worked for my great grandpa Joe and Uncle Snow. I'm like, no, it didn't.
It didn't. It's not gonna work for you.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? But when you've been stuck in that thought process for so long, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to get them out of it, and that is a big part of the reason why, like, I can't date a woman who is still stuck in that like generational curse cycle. And not that she's in the curse, but she don't know that she there, so she don't know that she has. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You don't even know that you have a problem. Everyone else can see the problem. I have a question. What middle school did you go to?
Southwest Academy.
Okay, so I went to Old Court before Milford. I went to Old Court to Catonsville, then Milford, and I had this teacher, Mr. McDuffie. And Mr. McDuffie used to draw charts. That's how he taught us as black kids. He was a white teacher with black kids. And he used to draw a chart. He's like, yo, most people are only going to, their parents are right here. They're going to go right below their parents or right where their parents are. Right. It's only going to be the 5% that go above where their parents are. And I used to sit there and say, yo, I got to be the 5% that go above my parents because where they are, I don't like it.
And it's wild, dang. But like, it is kind of wild that you say that, because Erykah Badu did an interview. I forgot who it was with, but she was talking about like the ratio of like leaders versus followers, and she was like 90% of people on Earth are followers. They are the ones that as soon as they come home, they turn on the news, see what they saying on the news, see what everybody's saying on it, blah blah blah. So like 90% of the people fall under the umbrella of groupthink, where they just follow
whatever happening, whatever's trending.
Right. Yeah. Then you have the 5% of people that know what is truly going on. But those people are normal citizens, so they don't have power to actually make the change. And then you have the 5% of people that know what is going on because they are the ones that is controlling the system. So you have 90% of people that are going to like be followers and do the bare minimum
and be fooled.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's like that's where the if you have ever heard of them, the 5%ers, like that is a part of their philosophy, that like they are a part of the 5% of people that know what is actually going on, and they can just see through the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, the Matrix is really a documentary. Like yo, like that shit is deep, because it truly speaks on how things are, like how they have you in this like made up world. Excuse me. And you think that like it's real, and you think that this is really how life is supposed to be, but But as soon as you get like a little glimpse of what it really is, people are like, oh no, take me back. I need to go back in. I don't even want to know. You know what I'm saying? Because like I used to have like, so when I first truly tapped in, and I really like started to like genuinely study for myself, was when I first moved to Jersey. That was when I first started to like read heavy, and once I started to like find out how my shit was fraud, automatically when you first get there, you be a little mad and you want everybody to know. So I'm like me. I'm like going up to like everybody, like yo, look at this shit. You see this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like yo, it's right here. But you get to a point where you learn that some people are genuinely stuck in a paradigm where they can't see anything outside of this box.
What they've been taught.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because from birth until they graduate high school, they've been trained and taught to be robots. So they have been trained what to learn, what to know, and to work for them. So that's all that they know. You know, like, man, I gotta get all A's in school. I gotta, graduate school. I gotta go to college.
Or get a job or go into the military. I'm like, that's not the only fucking options in life. Like, please think bigger.
Right,
it's so
you know
much
what I mean?
bigger.
And it's like people, so like with your teacher in that chart, like, that's facts, because most people genuinely just do the same, like they get to the same level that their parents were. Most people don't go past that. You know what I'm saying? Like the most that they will go past is that they went to college and their parents didn't. That's it. Yeah. That's it.
And the saddest thing is, then they'll have children and redo the same thing. And it's like, damn, you have generations and generations of people who are just living the same. No one went above and beyond because they didn't think above and beyond was possible.
Right.
And for example, my grandmother used to always tell me, she used to say, pay your bills a month ahead. So now at 27, my bills are all paid up until next year.
Right.
And I'm like, imagine if she would have told me, you can be a year ahead or 6 months ahead. And I was 6 months ahead.
Right.
But at first I was growing up thinking you got to be a month ahead.
Right.
I didn't even think 6 months ahead was possible.
Yeah,
and
right,
it's like,
yeah,
damn, now that I'm outside of that bubble, I'm looking like, yo, it could be a lot different if you dumb your lifestyle down and stop trying to keep up.
Because like most people's parents and their grandparents, they didn't have financial literacy. So
even with life insurance policies.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't know that like it's possible to make $100,000 easily. Easily. Like people think $100,000 is a whole lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like I had stopped working at FedEx 2018, and like I started to work for myself last year. This was around like March, I guess. But like once I started to meet like contractors with like a real bag, I'm like, damn, I'm like, and it's like, it ain't just one, like it's like all of them, like, $100,000 in their checkings, $300,000 in their savings account, $90,000 in their business account, and this is normal. You know what I'm saying? But we come from a paradigm where you got work 9 to 5, pay your rent, and niggas like, damn, yo.
It's so much more to life than just what you think it is.
And it's like, I don't mean to cut you off, but like I can't blame our people for being caught up in that, but I can blame us for staying in it.
Yeah,
because,
I think that's what Kanye was trying to.
Right, yeah, because like people don't. And this is a big part of the group thing. People don't really take the time to listen to what Kanye's saying. Yeah. Because they just see that
it's Kanye and he crying, he's a black man.
You know what I'm saying?
He said something about Harriet Tubman.
Right.
And it's like, he said so much more.
And then it's like, once 3 people say, oh man, Kanye, then 4 people say it, then everybody's saying it because they all follow the same thought. Yeah. But if they actually watched the whole thing of what he was saying. And what he actually said about Harriet Tubman, he didn't degrade what she did. He said that she didn't actually free the slaves. Now, did she take the slaves from the Confederates to the North? Yes, she did. But all he was saying that, like, we didn't have freedom at that time in general. So, because what a lot of people don't get is that the only reason why they didn't have slavery in the North is because they were more industrialized. They didn't have all of that crops and lands. They had factories and steamboats and all of that stuff. So they didn't have a need for slaves like they did in the South. But in the North, they still didn't like niggas. They were still lynching niggas, hanging niggas. Like they would still have you as a servant to them. You know what I'm saying? You just wasn't picking cotton. That's the only difference from the South and the North.
But it was
still racism, period. Because like people, and this is a part of how you have to research beyond the school system. Because I remember learning that Harriet Tubman took the slaves to freedom. They didn't go to freedom.
And they weren't free.
They went to the North where they didn't have to pick cotton, but they still was getting lynched. They still was getting shot. They still was getting killed,
treated
for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Just
So
for being black.
right. So that is what he was saying. But people so caught up in groupthink that they just, he said, Kanye said. It's like, yo, like Kanye is far from a dumbass. He's far from it. He has never been a dumbass. Now, has he changed in his, mannerisms a lot? Yes, and that has become with growth.
But it also plays a part about who you keep around and who you're dating. Because sex is an exchange, so you gotta be careful about who you cross over with. Like
I'm like now on that, I'm like, look, the Kardashians got they got money, but they have a history of breaking black men. And it's like, I don't know what they doing in their family. Like, it's some, like, they are probably in that shit, in that fucking secret society type shit too. But like, every black man that come across them, once they leave, like, them niggas be fucked up. Like, I'm like, Reggie Bush was like the #1 college football player ever. Like, Yo Gotti was super nice. Fuck with Kim.
But I think that's black men's fault. Y'all,
yeah. I mean,
black men run to those women like they're so much better than black women, and it's like that's what you get. I have a homeboy that's like that. He went and had a child with this white girl, and it's like the white girl isn't a mom. Like, and he's like, yo, tripping. You feel me? So it's like, I think that's y'all fault. Like, it's like y'all run to them like they're trophies, and people forget about the black woman, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, she been down the ride. Now you gonna leave her for her? Like, that's foolish.
But now
she's exotic.
Right.
That shit stupid, Meech.
Yo, no, facts. But now, even with that though, what I will say is that social media has a way of microscoping on the few black men that run and do that. The majority of black men, 90% of black men marry black women. That's a fact. Like I barely on my daily life go outside and see like more interracial couples than I see black men
here and
black women. No, I'm saying like I mean,
Houston don't count. That's black on black, so that's different. But like LA, that shit is like common. Like, I mean,
it is common there, but it is less common than we think because like if 90% of us get married to y'all, 90%. For y'all, I think it's like 93%. So if we are marrying each other at like a 90% rate, that's like that little like 10 to 7%. That's like the minority. Right. You know what I'm saying? But
why are they pushing that agenda though? Like, why are they pushing it? Because
the black family is literally like the like core of our strength. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have black women and black men not wanting to date each other or not wanting to help each other, that crumbles our whole foundation. I forget which country, but it's a African proverb that is like, the quickest downfall to any kingdom is the man and the woman not being on the same page. So if y'all saying, oh yeah, all niggas ain't shit, da 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 da, and we out here fuck bitches, get money.
Yeah,
that
we're ruined.
You know what I'm saying?
Without even.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
My dad used to say the original Holy Trinity
is the man, woman, and child.
Yes.
Yeah, like
that's what he used to teach me. He's like,
right.
Jasmine, what you're learning over there is not valid. The Holy Trinity is man, woman, child.
Yeah.
Men need y'all need us, we need children,
right.
we need to read.
That
you
is,
feel me?
Like that's 100% like if you peep, I mean, I pretty much wear my unks, but I have it like on my neck. But like this is in ancient times it was considered the key to life. Like it is the female and the male reproduction system, and it's the key to life because us and y'all create life. Mm-hmm. The original Holy Trinity before the Council of Nicaea wrote all of that shit in and said, oh no, it's just the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, 3 niggas. But real shit. But like
I don't even think people realize that.
Yeah,
like,
right. Because like
why would you want it to be that?
Like they totally canceled the feminine aspect of anything.
Right.
Like our ancestors put the feminine energy, the feminine aspect on a throne. Because when you dealing with creation is like the epitome of femininity, because that's what brings something into existence that didn't exist before. So it is like a womb, you know what I'm saying? So the original Holy Trinity always been the man, the woman, and the child. So if you purposefully disrupt the black union, they are trying to separate us from y'all, and they trying to make us more feminine and soft.
Like
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Shit,
So
wow.
yeah, you know
and
what I mean?
don't even think a lot of men, so many men are in those bubbles that they don't even realize. Like,
yeah.
yo, that feminine man is like,
that shit is for the birds. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
because
I need you to protect me. I need
right.
you to love me. I need you to pour into me. Like, I need you to be a man.
Right.
Like,
because what a lot of people don't get is that a man can be in tune with his emotions, but he doesn't have to be emotional. They're not the same thing. If a man is overly feminine and he's emotional, he can't protect nothing. He can barely protect his own self because like mentally he's not in a masculine form of thought, and it's like not that women don't have this as well, but men have more masculinity than femininity. That's just life. Y'all have more than this. That is why y'all have estrogen and we have testosterone. That's the biological version of like masculinity and femininity. And one thing that men have as far as like in our masculine traits is logical thought, and that's what helps us be able to like sit down and like say like, okay, I'm mad, but it wouldn't be right to hit my wife. So let me like sit down. Now women, not all, but you know, like y'all, boy, you know, maybe because in a lot of ways y'all are more emotional in like a passionate sense. Not that y'all just like emotional. Oh my God, I can't control self. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like just as far as you know, like passionate wise. You know what I mean? That's why, like, you know, like it'll be more like, boy, get the fuck out of my house, even though she don't really want you to leave, but you know she just in like a heightened state of emotion, whereas though him, he like, yo, chill, come on, you know what I'm saying? But
logic.
Yeah, right. But when
like, where am I gonna go?
Yeah,
I live
right,
with you.
right,
Let's think about this here. The kids are here.
Right.
I live with you.
But when you have society trying to pretty much switch the roles,
right,
and they are trying to have y'all be more like, you know, oh, I don't need a man, I can do it all by myself.
That's dangerous because we're the only one that's being pushed.
Yeah, right. They don't push that to white women, Chinese women, Arabic women. It's only the
black.
The black woman is so strong, she doesn't need her man. Like,
why don't she?
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, they only forcing that shit on y'all, just like they only forcing this femininity shit on us. They don't. You will not go to the Soviet Union and tell none of them niggas over there to put on a dress. Them niggas will shoot you in your head. Them niggas like, what? Nigga, we fucking warriors.